Hello everybody, this is Love is Dead, and I'm coming to you with a broadcast of one of the Eastern tournaments, the the Monthly Madness League. We have Invasion versus Team Wii. And the first banouts have come through. If you don't know much about the Eastern scene of Dota 2, they tend to play a little bit safer than the Western side. That was at least the case when I checked in a couple months ago, and I decided that I wanted to start learning a little bit more about the scene as well as the Western scene. So we'll have to see how the new heroes have possibly changed at least what I saw last time, or if there's anything new coming out from the Eastern division. Anyways, the first ban out is actually Rubric. I've heard that he's popular in the Eastern scene. So yeah, they don't want to have that ability to steal, I guess. That's probably why they're banning him out, mostly. They don't want him to steal the ultimates of heroes that they're looking to pick up. So Rubric, Lycan, pretty much a given. Nature's Prophet, also a given. We have Invoker, so he is pretty versatile. He can do anything you want him to do. Queen of Pain and Windrunner. Windrunner usually doesn't make the first ban. Ooh, so we have a heavy pushing lineup starting up over here on Invasion with Lone Druid plus Shadow Shaman. That's going to counteract CK. Well, that's going to be not going to counteract, but that's going to be the answer to CK. So they gave away CK, which is pretty big. But their pickup has to be equally powerful, and I think Lone Druid and Shadow Shaman are that thing. They are pretty powerful heroes, especially good solo laners. So we'll have to see if Lone Druid is going the typical solo lane. He's usually in the bottom lane, but I've seen him in the hard lane as well. Bottom lane of Radiant, safe lane. I gotta get the names right. Anyways, Darkseer and Earthshaker are gonna be the pickup. We also has good laning presence with, I think the Earthshaker may support CK. It's hard to say. He's going to need support. I've seen him mostly played mid lane with a support, not going to be by himself. He has very low mana pool, so he needs protection. And Darkseer is going to be really good on his own. He is a strong laner, and he can make sure that he could cause a bit of a problem for the Druid. I mean, the bear would be able to take a lot of damage, but he can still cause a bit of a problem for the Druid. Shadow Shaman could definitely go up a mid lane versus CK and a support. His Shock is able to deal a ton of damage in lane, and it can be difficult to win a lane against Shadow Shaman. Once he pops level 6, if you ever leave the lane, he takes your tower. If you ever let him near your tower, once he's level 6, he's gonna pop down his wards and try to clear off the creep wave, and his wards will just attack the tower. And if you don't have some way to get rid of those serpents, that tower is, if not dead, it is going to lose a lot of health. Sand King is going to be the pickup. These are all very strong laning heroes, except for Earthshaker. So I think Wii is going for more of an offensive strategy. But Invasion is definitely going for the creep crowd control with Shadow Shaman, Sand King. These guys can take out towers, and they can take out creep waves. I'd expect that Sand King is going to be built with Caustic Finale. I actually saw him recently. I saw him mid lane against a Broodmother. I think that was EG versus Mouse. Yeah, they switched up the lanes a little bit, put Broodmother in middle lane, and then Sand King just kind of sweeped everything up with Caustic Finale. Caustic Finale dealing a small AoE damage from any creep that is killed. So if you multiply that with Broodmother, so you you hit the creep, and then it has 8 seconds for you to kill it, and then it will explode. And if you load up a couple creeps with that, you can take out an entire creep wave with like level 3 or 4 pretty easily in a couple seconds. Excellent for defending, counter pushing. I want to know what they're going to ban out Shen, which actually he made it through the whole thing here. And Ancient Apparition, okay. I haven't seen him played in a long time, but he is also a strong laner. It's in mid lane, and you can his Cold Feet as well as his Ice Slow. It's hard to get away from. Plus his ultimate, when you start a team fight with that ultimate, that actually deals a ton of damage. You don't really want to use it to end a team fight, but you can use it to chase down a hero. But that ultimate deals the most damage if you initiate with it, because it gives first of all, it deals a lot of damage when it hits, and then second of all, when it has a damage tick. So it can kind of screw up an initiation.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'm interested to see what Wii is going to do with CK. Venomancer is going to be the final ban out. Brewmaster. Okay, so this is actually pretty. The way this is usually played, and the way that I'm used to this being played, is that someone's going to support CK. He's going to get big. Brewmaster is going to sort of semi-carry, and he's going to be a strong initiator. They're really not taking a whole lot in terms of creep damage. No, they are going to actually, every single one of these except for CK can deal damage to creep waves. So Brewmaster has his ground pound. We have Earthshaker with his fissure, and Darkseer can use Ion Shell to get rid of creeps. So they will have a strong counter push. And Invasion is going to pick up Leshrac. They're getting pretty heavy in terms of these pushing heroes. This is actually going to be hard to stop them once they get to level 6. And if they don't have anything, do they have anything to counteract Sand King here? I don't think they have anything quick to stun. Lina is going to be the pickup. It's interesting. I'm not sure that they have a stun to stop Sand King. Yeah, I don't see anything except for Earthshaker, so he's going to have to be pretty on target with these fissures. Leshrac here is such a strong hero. He's going to go well in this lineup. They have pretty heavy. He's going to be able to push. Yeah, they can throw him even support if they want, but I'd expect maybe a semi-carry. Since he's going to... Lone Druid is going to take a little bit longer to get to where he needs to be. And Tidehunter is going to be the pickup. So that gives them... On top of everything, that gives them an initiation. And a great team fight with Sand King. In terms of the Wii side, they're going to be banking a lot on this CK. They don't have many strong pushing heroes, especially when compared to the Invasion side. So they are going to be looking to initiate with this Brewmaster and finish it off with the CK. So the Tidehunter Ravage, if Brewmaster's the one goes in, you get him to pop off that, bait him out with that. Then Brewmaster can pop off his ultimate, and he's still there. Didn't take any damage. Well, I guess Icy has taken the 1 point in her stun. Anyways, let us introduce the teams here. On the Dire side, we have Finty, FNTY. He's going to be on the Darkseer. Icy is going to play Luna. Chan. Gonna have to work on my pronunciation. Chan is going to be playing Chaos Knight. He's going to be middle lane, and it looks like Luo is going to be on the Earthshaker, possibly with him in the middle lane, and I don't think they're going to run to tri lane. We have JJ, GG. He's going to be, I'm going to call him JJ, so at least I've made up a name. Anyways, he's going to be on the Brewmaster. Looks like he's going to be top lane. And the solo lane, yeah, solo lane is going to be Darkseer. And we have a tri-lane down here, actually. We have Shen GG going to be playing the Sand King. Actually, I don't think there's a tri-lane. I think they're just looking at route, making sure that they don't get their area warded. Okay, so it's going to be, no, it is going to be a tri-lane. Okay. Kelvin Tan, he's on the Shadow Shaman. We have S on Leshrac. Mai, FCFZ Mai, let's call him Mai. He's going to be on the Tidehunter. He's going to be playing mid lane Tidehunter. Interesting. Lone Druid is going to be played by Yuyin. And he's going to be top lane, solo. And the bear is already up here, scouting out what he is up against, and that's just going to be a Brewmaster. So, ooh, we have a lot of heroes here, and it looks like they want to start on a initiation on Tidehunter early on. Earthshaker could do something here. Nope, he's not going to do anything. He's going to keep him back out of lane. Actually has 3 heroes in the middle lane supporting. No, I'd expect that they're not going to put 3 total heroes here. Yeah, and it looks like Earthshaker is going up top lane to help out Brewmaster, and they are putting Darkseer in the jungle? No. I wonder if he's just getting some initial farm. This tri-lane, they're still waiting for him to show up in lane, and first blood in the middle lane, and I completely missed it. And how did Lone Druid get there? Oh man, I didn't even see that he was changing lanes. Anyways, so it looks like he got stunned up by some Chaos Bolt, and actually the Chaos Bolt is going to mean a guaranteed hit on Lina's Light Strike Array, which is great because that stun is pretty hard to hit. It's pretty obvious that it's going to be casted. When it's going to be casted. Oh, these lanes keep changing. Shadow Shaman coming in mid lane. We have the same thing down bottom lane. Yes, so it's just it's Sand King and Leshrac bottom lane. Tidehunter is now in a solo lane against Brewmaster and Earthshaker, JJ and Luo. Darkseer is still in the jungle, and they just put nothing bottom lane. I think that's a risky decision, actually. I mean, yeah, Darkseer will get farm, but is farm on Darkseer really better than free farm on Leshrac and Sand King? Or I guess just Leshrac. I think that's a pretty risky decision. Leshrac can be a huge force. I'm sure Darkseer, yeah, he's getting a lot of farm. He'll get his Vanguard pretty quickly. Actually, what, did he just buy something in the courier? No, he's getting boots and bottle, so perhaps he's going into lane. I'd expect, usually you'd see a Vanguard go up. And we're going to set up here middle lane, and we're going to look at something. We have an initiation on here from Lone Druid. A Shackle going out to answer it out. The Light Strike Array misses, and it looks like Sean goes down. Way too close to the tower, getting shackled up. Earthshaker actually didn't do anything. It was a failed attempt, but perhaps they are going to get something on Mai over here. Earthshaker needs a Fissure. Fissure blocks him off, and he's going to deal some right-click damage. We get the Anchor Smash popped off. He's gonna pretty low on life, but it's pretty hard to kill. Pretty hard to deal damage on him. He's got 1 level in Kraken Shell. They're trying to block him off, but it looks like he's going to be able to get away. And he does, and then middle lane we got some more action. We got Lone Druid going down again to Chan. Tidehunter just barely slips it away. He's got a Stout Shield as well as Kraken Shell, so that's why he wasn't taking much damage from either of them. JJ really needs to get some regen up in here. Sitting that low life in lane is not the best thing in the world, but there is no Invoker, so or Nature's Prophet, so that's okay. Or Wisp now. Now they're going to go up into this lane here, and it looks like Darkseer is now here. He's bought himself a bottle and still has that stout shield. We have some more action on Huyan. We got another shackle coming out, but the stun actually misses from Lina. Pretty late on that one. Actually, no one is killed. Yeah, so Darkseer has gone down in this bottom lane here. Gonna get some farm there. Oh, we have action on him. We get a Burrow Strike and well as a Split Earth. And we have some lightning popped off. We didn't pop off the Edict, and it looks like S is gonna take a lot of damage, and he goes down to the Ion Shell. He goes down to the Ion Shell and he pops off the Edict right as he dies. Now it is Sand King versus Darkseer. Burrow Strike is gonna stun him up, but the Ion Shell dealing a ton of damage. He's gonna haste himself, surge himself. Trying to pull him in, but he misses his vacuum. Oh, dust as well as sentry wards up on Sand King. In the farm, it looks like the power treads are finished off on Shan. Has a bottle as well. Luna's got basically nothing. She's just been support. He's got 25 last hits versus... where is Lone Druid? Where are you, buddy? You are in the jungle. You've had enough of your lane. 16 last hits on you. We have more action on here, middle lane, and SS goes, Shadow Shaman is going to go down. Unable to do anything, gets Chaos Rifted in, and actually just at the right, sort of like the nick of time here, gets this section here. Not the nick of time, what am I talking about? The pretty lucky Chaos Rift pulling him here and not here. That's what I wanted to say. Now I'm using my arrow keys again because I completely forgot how I'm supposed to be doing this. Now Tidehunter is going to have some action. Oh man, we have the ultimate popped off as well as the Chaos Rift that actually pulls him out of the fissure block. But still able to survive this because he has, what, one Kraken Shell and a Stout Shield, but there we finally got it. Oh, and Lina takes out, gets herself a double kill. Sand King. As well as Lone Druid. I didn't even see, I don't know if they went mid. They're getting ganked pretty hard. A lot of action going on at the same time. No, that wasn't the ultimate. Sorry, that was actually just an illusion rune. And where did his bottle go? Is he bottle crowing? There's two bottles on here. And now he is now a huge ganking power. He's level 6, level 4 Lone Druid, so he could kill Lone Druid pretty quickly, I would say. With he's only got 600 health points. Maximum damage here is 250, and the damage from Reality Rift is kind of low, only 75.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tidehunter has died once to that lane. He's gonna max out Anchor Smash and not go for Gush, looking to have that laning power. And we got action down here bottom lane. Wow, we have Sand King going down as well as Darkseer and Lina go down in the bottom lane, down to Leshrac. Haste Rune picked up by Earthshaker. He is going the Aftershock build. And then it looks like they're going one more level, 2 more levels, and then we'll get Phantasm up. Entangling Roots actually catches Chan, dealing him a good amount of damage. Lone Druid's build looks like just a Synergy and Summon Spirit Bear. Max, Brewmaster has 1 point in his ultimate, maxing out Thunderclap, so having that laning presence, like as you can just see. Tidehunter, as we've been saying, he's got Anchor Smash, his Ravage is available, Ether Shock, and 1/1, and then Serpent Wards. And Darkseer is now level 8, actually, so he's been doing not too bad. 45 last hits on him, maxing out, get a Vacuum as well as Ion Shell and 2 points in Surge. Usually players don't pick up the Wall of Replica until later because, you know, level 6 is really not going to deal a whole lot of damage. It's not going to be completely useful, but we have a smoke up here. And it looks like they're going to look for something up bottom lane again. They got a long ways to go, though, and their smoke is almost gone, and they only now do they enter the jungle. And it looks like they're going to be spotted at... No, that's their own wards, and I think they saw the Leshrac. They do get themselves revealed. No initiation available. They're going to place down some more wards. It's going to keep that jungle warded so they know when ganks are coming out onto Darkseer. And if they know that the Spirit Bear is here, and the bear is going to find them. The bear's not going to attack them, though. The bear is actually pretty far from his place. They actually are going to just get rid of the bear while they have the time, because he was out there in the middle of nowhere. He can't actually attack being this far away, and the top tower is going to be pressured here. From Invasion, they're going to take it because there's no one here to defend it, and I don't see... there's one town portal. There's another town portal. We have a teleport in up top lane. It's just going to be Lina to push back where's she going? She actually got Dragon Slave, but I haven't seen a Dragon Slave. Laguna Blade is down there. So the bottom tower falls. Top tower still stands. They're going to TP themselves in. We have initiation available from Brewmaster. He doesn't actually have his ultimate. I don't know where he bit it off, but Shadow Shaman goes down, and now Sand King pops off his ultimate. Lina is going down. Now we have Mai is looking pretty low health. One more hit here from Brewmaster should finish it off. He's going to teleport himself out, and no, he doesn't get away. We got a pretty lucky critical hit. That is 3 heroes down. I don't even know where Lone Druid went down middle lane. Oh, we have the Edict popped off here from Leshrac, and he takes out Chaos Knight. The fall. Leshrac is such I like Leshrac's voice. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, though, this looks like another tower for Wii. Unless the TP comes out really soon. We have Shadow Shaman up here. Mass Serpent Wards are going to be used to protect. Nope, we have a Shock and a Hex. Now we have the Primal Split coming up, and now the Shadow Shaman is going to take a lot of damage from this invasion. I'm sorry, Leshrac comes in, and we have a tornado up on Sand King. They're going to have to back off, though. There's too many heroes here for them to deal with. That is 4 of them. They do get the tower, and they don't lose a life for it. So that's kind of ideal. We have Shen just missing the Burrow Strike. Just by half a second he missed that Burrow Strike. We got another smoke in here middle lane. I think they're going down bottom lane to try to take down that tower. Doing that as quickly as possible. Lone Druid is the only one here, and he doesn't have any wards, so he doesn't see this, and they know he's here because their creeps can see him. They're just waiting for a good initiation. We got a Reality Rift up here, and a secondary stun, plus Laguna Blade, what's it called? Light Strike Array. And then that gets rid of Lone Druid. And it looks like we have a Burrow Strike, actually misses again. And this top tower is going to be pressured. While the bottom tower actually is not taking any damage. We have a TP up here. Brewmaster can't go in on this quite yet. Darkseer is not able to defend. So they're not able to defend the tower. They lose it. Now they don't actually get the bottom tower either. What's the builds looking like here? Chaos Knight looking at Ogre Club. I assume that's going to be for a BKB to stop to deal with Sand King. We got Brewmaster here. He's finished up his Blink Dagger. That's about it, though, on him, but that's still pretty good for him. Gives him great initiation. Not too much, actually, on the Darkseer. Hasn't even finished up his Vanguard, even though he has 60 lats hits. He does have Arcane Boots, which is actually interesting because his mana regen is pretty high, and we have Earthshaker with mana boots as well. So... yeah, his regen is pretty high later on in the game, so I'm not sure that's the best decision to go mana boots on him. Phase boots or anything else. Anyway, Burrow Strike is going to catch out Icy. Icy is going to go down really quickly. They actually do pop off the Edict for that. But, you know, Edict comes down every 20 seconds. Put your fire to work. You want to stop Tidehunter? Maybe Kunkka is not such a bad guy. Maybe you've just had a bad experience with him. You just need to reconcile past differences. Or not. Anyways, Cloak is up on him. Looks like we got another BKB going on Leshrac. Haven't seen much leading towards his Bloodstone yet. And then it looks like we is going to wait for Invasion to come in here. We have Leshrac here. Need some kind of initiation if they're going to defend it. Here comes Darkseer. The Surge, we got Gravity pulling them in. Ravage has popped off, actually. And Darkseer is going to take a lot of damage. And Epicenter actually popped off in a place where it can't do anything. Laguna Blade plus Echo Slam takes out Leshrac. We have a stun here. Actually going to finish it off Shen. Sand King goes down, and then looks like Kelvin Tan has to run himself away. They do buy back into the game. I think everyone bought back into the game. This Girls' Generation, isn't that like... I think I saw them on some late night comedy show. Something like that. Not up all up in the Asian pop music scene. So now we have these... Are they going to try to even go for this tower? Darkseer didn't... He got a vacuum off, but it kind of pulled them... It pulled them over here, and then Echo Slam didn't go off, went off over here, and only got one hero, so they could have coordinated that team fight a little bit better. If you want to vacuum into one Echo Slam, that would be really good. Echo Slam is going to be up in 75 seconds about. He is maxed out Aftershock, now going with the Fissure. Fissure actually doesn't lengthen, which is what I thought when I very first started playing. I thought it lengthened the Stone Ridge, thought it made it go further. But actually it just increases damage, much like Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit's stun doesn't actually get much longer, like 3/4 of a second longer when you get it to level 4, but the damage goes up much higher. And that is why most people will max that out first, because it can be quite a damaging spell. A lot of damage has been able to come out from Luna pretty quickly, and if they can coordinate it well, they are doing a good job. Tidehunter Ravage, I can't remember. He's actually finished up his Hood of Defiance, so I think he's going with a pipe. What item builds do we have? Nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. We have an Urn up here on Sand King. He doesn't even have. He only has 18 last hits. So they're just using him for the Epicenter. He doesn't even have a mana regen item. Now they're going to smoke themselves up, wait for a middle lane sort of thing. Actually, they aren't going to catch anyone. They do have a ward here, so I don't know if they expected them to be there or what, because they know they have this guy. And they can see that there's nothing in this range. So I'm interested to see what they're going for, and if they're waiting for it. They're going to use Leshrac as bait. Try to say, come on guys, come get me. Come get me, I'm definitely alone. Definitely alone. You can just attack me whenever you want. No, they're not going to fall for it though. How's the Lone Druid doing? He still doesn't have much, he's got like no farm. Where's all of his gold? Oh, he has plenty of farm, he's just waiting to buy his Sacred Relic, which he almost has up right now. That's one problem with Lone Druid going the Relic. It takes a long time for it to get up. We got 18 minutes here, and he's probably not going to see the Radiance until 22 minutes. But they are actually able to get a tower from this. Get some TP action going on here. After they take the tower, they get themselves back and stop their lanes from being pushed in. Darkseer is maxed out actually everything now. More the merrier. So I guess that is what Brewmaster says when he gets himself an Illusion Rune. They have an initiation on here. Bottom Bottom jungle. Radiant jungle. Kelvin Tan gonna take a lot of damage from Laguna Blade. Ravage popped off to stop the push. Sand King doesn't pop off his Epicenter in a good position, so that is wasted, and no one has died just yet, but it looks like Brewmaster is going to be focused on. He pops off his ultimate, suns up Leshrac, and Scepters up that dude, and then Echo Slam going to be popped off and finishes off Leshrac, actually. They need another stun on the Tidehunter in order to be able to kill him. Brewmaster is going to back off right now. So Leshrac, the only one to go down in that team fight. Haven't seen a whole lot from, where did Chaos Knight go in that deal? He's in middle lane here. Haven't seen much out for him in the last little bit. He has 2.3k gold. Interested to see if he's going to finish off his BKB anytime soon. Point booster now on Brewmaster. I assume that means he's going for the Aghanim Scepter. Medallion of Courage up on... No, he just buys the Medallion of Courage? Is that what it... Wait. Come back here, Brewmaster. Yes, okay, so he's got a Medallion of Courage now, and a point booster, so that might be just... might be a precursor, just to give him some stability, some survivability. Urchiker, very low life here, trying to jungle. I think he's looking to finish up his Blink Dagger himself. That'll give them 2 Blink Initiation heroes. Should be quite strong. We got a group up bottom lane here. They've been able to do this 4-player pushing team. While Lone Druid gets his farm, this tower is going to go down, no problem. What's the gold graph look like? Gold graph is even, XP graph in favor of the Dire. Lone Druid now has finished up Sacred Relic, put that on the bear. Looking to grab the rest of his Radiance. Still has quite a ways to go, though. It's hard to say if that Radiance at this point in the game is going to be the most useful thing he could have bought. I'm just not sure about it. Darkseer got himself a bottle. He could probably finish off his Vanguard right now. Where did his Stout Shield? Maybe he sold his Stout Shield. I thought he had one. I could be wrong. He was jungling. Thinking has plenty of farm. Could buy himself some boots if he wanted. Pipe is now finished up on Tidehunter. We have Arcane Boots up on Shadow Shaman. And I think that's about it for items. Looks like both teams are going to wait for the proper time to initiate. We have another 4-man group here in the middle lane. So even though the gold graph is even, the towers are much in favor of the Radiant, so the Dire has been farming pretty well, getting a lot of kills. They're going to go for Roshan right now. I don't think the Radiant quite knows about this. I don't think Evasion has any vision there. Oh no, they do have one vision, actually. So they might have been able to see it, but they're not going to do anything about it, if they did in fact see it. Roshan is going to go down. Probably going to go... I'm not sure who they're going to put it on. Looks like Chaos Knight has a spot available, so they could put it on him, and then they have 2 heroes that have basically 2 lives. Here we go. We got a Blink and a Darkseer wall. They're going to catch out Invasion. Sorry, not Invasion. They're going to catch out Mai. He's not going to go down to this. Shadow Shaman taking a lot of damage, backing off. The Brewmaster ultimate has popped off. Pipe is popped off as well. He is up in the air. They're going to look for Reality Rift. Reality Rift deals a lot of damage. And Invasion saves himself. Ravage is popped off, actually. And Lina goes down, as well as Urchiker is going to be low on life. Chaos Knight as well. Edict is popping out, dealing a lot of damage. Another Vacuum is pulled in. Roshan did go down. And the Aegis is on Chaos Knight. He has 70 life left after that. So they do get away with the Aegis. Didn't have to burn it, but they did lose 2 heroes. And now they're going to lose 3. Brewmaster goes down, bottom lane. So BKB is finished up on Chaos Knight. We still have so much gold available on Darkseer. I wonder what he's buying. If not, is he buying a BKB as well to deal with these Ravage and Epicenter damage? They need it quite soon because those items are coming up, and it looks like you're going to see Lone Druid in the fights now that he's finished up the Radiance on the bear. And we have grouping up down here bottom lane, and he's going to use the Radiance damage to deal damage to the Dire side, pulling back the bear as they decide to focus on it. Radiance going to be useful in that way because even though the bear can't attack when he's too far away from his master, you can put the Radiance on it and push in that way, deal damage to creeps that way. And both of these are going to wait for the proper time to initiate again. I think that this combination of Epicenter Ravage is doing the Radiant very well. The Dire don't seem to have enough. I mean, look at the kills. Kills are coming back their way as well. The Dire have very powerful heroes, but they don't have the items that they would need at this point in the game to be able to do anything. And it looks like we have some action going on here in middle lane. We got Shadow Shaman. He's going to go down, and it looks like everyone's grouping up here. And Darkseer needs to run himself away. So many BKBs are popped off, dealing with the magic damage.
Top tower is under attack.
Shadow Shaman is the only one to go down. But the Dire, they spent a lot of time getting these BKBs. I think they might have been better spent getting a couple more of the early game items before going directly for a BKB. Plenty of money up. Okay, yeah, now he's finished up his BKB on Darkseer. But I don't even know if you really need a BKB on Darkseer. Well, unless he's worried about getting stunned up and killed before you can pop off his wall. But the wall usually deals damage when you have a right clicker available, but mostly magic damage coming out from evasion. So I think they're just trying to use him for a tank. I would expect that he's going to pick up a Vanguard at some point, but now it's a little bit late for that. We have action up here, going to finish it off the Spirit Bear. Just going to pop that one off again. Resurrect him. Invasion just has a massive team fight, and if Leshrac gets himself a Bloodstone, which just looks like he's got his BKB, if he gets himself a Bloodstone, that means his Pulse Nova is going to be able to deal a ton of damage through any team fight for the entire length of it. FNTY, looking at this bottom lane, shouldn't really show himself or he's going to have a little bit of a problem. The rest of his team is coming up here. Going to look for an initiation. And here we go. We have a Surge and a Vacuum pulling them in. We got a Chicken. Actually, Chicken Darkseer is still running around really, really fast. The wall is popped off, and Lina takes out Shadow Shaman. Looks like Leshrac is going to be running away. They do finally get a. They do finally slow down Invasion. They do finally slow down Mai. They're going to get some stuns up on him, and then he's finished off by Darkseer's Ion Shell. So team fight going the way of WE. They're going to get the Spirit Bear again too. That is being caught off quite a few amount of times, so it's got 40 seconds before it's up again. And I think they're going to try to use this advantage to push in, although they don't have much time left before the Invasion side is back up. Ravage is up, Serpent Wards are available, Epicenter is available, these big ultimates are all available. Getting all those off correctly in a team fight would mean pretty much the death of WE. It's hard to survive a Ravage Epicenter plus Serpent Wards. BKBs are a great option, but it's taken a lot of time to get them, and not everyone has them. Not everyone can have a BKB, to be honest, when you have so many in pro games, or any game really. It just takes a lot of farm to be able to get it. Epicenter popped off. We have a Burrow Strike up here, and is actually not going to deal damage because he hits the BKB heroes, and a Gravity Vacuum is going to pull him in. Sand King goes down, and now Mai is in the middle of everything. Who are they trying to focus on? They are trying to get the Lone Druid. Lone Druid goes down. Now it's Tidehunter. out, as well as Leshrac, but JJ is going to take a lot of damage. We have Echo Slam popped off, and Laguna Blade finishes off Tidehunter. So there's a full team wipe. So yeah, they went on the Epicenter was popped off on the 2 heroes that it couldn't be effective against, which is kind of lucky that they were able to get that, but I guess they probably set up their team, made sure that they weren't too far, the more critical heroes were not in the front line. They're going to get a tower for this. I think that might also mean a barracks if they have enough time to do so. They have all of the big ultimates are down, so their team fight is not available. They're going to deal, we have Burrow Strike coming in here, going to slow them up a little bit, but oh no, he's going to get caught out, and he blinks himself away. And now we have, no, he blinks himself in here, not away. And now we have damage coming out on Lina. We have Aegis burned on Chaos Knight. And now he's going to come in and finish off Sand King again. We have Leshrac is popping off his BKB to try to get away from this. We have Reality Griff going to bring him back in. Leshrac goes down. Mai is here, and he is going to have a little bit of a problem. Going to go down going down pretty quickly, although Brewmaster's ultimate finishes off. And he has to back away. Now Gush can come out on him. Wow, he is pretty low life. They would need a couple more right clicks, 2 or 3, and then he would go down. Laguna Blade, wow, he caught out Shadow Shaman there pretty quickly, and Laguna Blade finishes him off. So Light Strike away was, I think she initiated with that. So they do get themselves 1 barracks, and you're going to say that's good enough? Back off. The XP graph now very much in favor of the Dire. That was a lot of kills for them. Gold graph as well. They're now up to 27 kills. So it's just been a matter of teamfight coordination, basically. If Invasion can get off a good initiation, they can wipe the Dire, but without that good initiation, and when they get picked off one-on-one and get sort of dispersed, they aren't able to pull out a win for the team fight. I think I haven't been using my keys. I've been using my mouse for some reason. This is a bad habit. I haven't done that in a long time to move the move this guy. Move the camera. Brewmaster has announced that it is, in fact, a Kegger. He has this Aghanim Scepter. What other items do we got on here? We have a Reaver up on Chan. Got Finty looking, got a plate mail, a cloak, and sort of myriad items. We got 2.3k. I don't think he's going for a Shiva, but we do have a smoke up here, and they're going to look for initiation. Going to dive past the creep wave. No, they aren't. Just a split push. All the ultimates are back up on Invasion. They are not going to waste time. Anytime they go by a creep camp, they take it out. As you can see, they need as much farm as they can get, as much XP as they can get, so no time should be wasted, even if it is a small amount. It is better than nothing. Lone Druid, they have that Radiance, but nothing else yet. Doesn't even have any gold. No, he just finished off of Vlad's. Which is not... I expect Vlad's to not go well right now. It's more of an early game item to help with farming in the jungle, but I don't really think... I mean, they don't have a whole lot of right clickers on their team, so the lifesteal's not going to do a whole lot in the team fight. And as far as the bear goes, he's the most right-click that there is on the team. So I'm not sure about that decision. I would have gone anything that dealt a little bit more damage. Which is what he needs, or some survivability or anything like that. Actually, doesn't really need survivability because he's so huge. Lone Druid just by himself. Roshan is up. And the Dire is going to go for it, but the Radiant is smoked up right now.
Middle tower.
Invasion is smoked up. I think that they notice that everyone is gone, so perhaps they are going to make a go for this. And they are. Roshan is going to come out of the pit, and Finty is going to start himself up. Darkseer wall. Pulled it off, and the Ravage is set off, and it looks like the Brewmaster ultimate is set off as well, and we're going to take a lot of damage right here. This is a team wipe. Well, not a whole team wipe, but basically. Actually, yes it is. Everyone goes down. Too many kills, and they have 40 seconds to decide what they want to do. I think they're going to go for barracks instead of finishing off Roshan. And so I think all the ultimates were popped off yet again, but they weren't able to deal any damage. Well, of course they dealt a little bit of damage, but weren't able to finish off a hero. I think at this point the XP is so much in favor of the Dire that all these big ganking heroes aren't able to deal damage with their ultimates.
Fallen.
It was definitely a mid-game lineup for Invasion. If this went later into the game, WE was going to win it. So especially at 30 minutes plus going into 40, 45 minutes, the WE lineup is a bit better. WE lineup is a bit better. Roshan's going to be melted away. And the Radiant are trying to figure out exactly what they can do to save themselves here. No one really has any big items
Roshan
on them.
into attack.
The farm, that's XP. The farm is very much in favor of the Dire as well. The Shrek doesn't have a Bloodstone, just as BKB. Just a Radiance up on the Bear. Tidehunter has a Pipe, which is good, except there's not a whole lot of magic damage coming out from WE, although they do have a good amount of magic damage. But it's not like they don't have these so many huge ultimates that absolutely need to hit. They still have other damage that they can deal with their heroes. How much farm does Lone Druid have? He's 159 last hits. Versus CK. CK's only at 106, but he's got all those kills. Let's see how many they got on them. They got 10 kills on Lina, actually. She's been kill stealing like a boss. 201 last hits on Darkseer, and I'm kind of surprised about that, actually, because there's not... Well, I guess we got some big items now. Shiva's Guard finished up on him. He's not the hero that I would expect to be the most farmed, to be honest. It's 7 kills on Shan. Actually, the Shrek having the most kills. Everyone is pretty much out-leveled. 14 is their highest level, and the lowest is Earthshaker, who doesn't really need levels. But Darkseer level 19, Brewmaster 18, and Chaos Knight 17. It's going to be really tough to deal with. And WE going in the middle lane here. I think they're just going to go for it, which would make sense. Invasion's going to try to counter push, but they're going to have a hard time with that because their bottom barracks are pushed in, and the middle lane is here. Middle lane going to go down pretty quickly. If they don't come back to TP back, they do TP themselves back. They are here. Their ultimates are available. Wait possibly for the right time to go in, but they know that the BKB is going to be popped off. Some of them are smoked up for this. BKB popped off on the Shrek. They're still waiting to pop off the BKBs on Shan. Actually, they're going to back out as soon as they see the Shrek.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You know, top tower. Well, that's not really a problem. They don't have to TP back for that quite yet. Chaos Knight just farming up the middle lane here. He has actually finished off Heart. So he has great survivability with that item. And he's just going to go in and hit the tower. He's going to clock it as much as he can. BKB popped off on him. Actually hasn't set off any of his items. They're going to get the tower. I think they're just going to be happy with that, or are they going to continue to push into the GG? If they can get a barracks right here, that would be big. Pretty much, actually the bottom barracks went down completely. So if they do get this middle barracks, it's pretty much the end of the game, because I don't see how Invasion could be able to come back from that. Reality Rift stopped on the bear, and it looks like the bear's going to come in. He's the only one in here. Entangling Roots has actually got a new Gosh plus Leshrac. Stun, we have Reality Rift going on to Lone Druid, but he popped himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the rest of the team comes in to try to save him. We have Gravity plus the Brewmaster ultimate going to deal a lot of damage. The Aegis was burned, but Lone Druid goes down. Now Tidehunter is caught out. He is flipped up. The Epicenter is popped off. Didn't actually get a kill with that. Laguna Blade is the end of Sand King's life. FTNY has to be careful. Ravage popped off finally, but Tidehunter goes down. We have a buyback. Shadow Shaman is here. Lone Druid is down. Shadow Shaman hexes up JJ, but isn't able to finish him off before he gets killed. And now Sand King is back here again. He's going to go down. And now Leshrac is killed as well. That is the rest of the team, and that is GG. Interesting game to cast. It's always interesting to see how the Eastern teams decide to build their heroes and pick items for them. I want to say good luck. Good luck in the next fight. It has been excellent that all these... I really love that Valve has decided to do these tournament tickets. I've really enjoyed having them, as you can see. And I hope you enjoyed them as well, because I cast them for you. And now Lone Druid is going to come out here, going to get caught out by the Chaos Knight ultimate. Lone Druid goes down. Actually, I don't know if I saw him pop off that ultimate too many times. We got Unstoppable now as Shadow Shaman is killed. And the final tier 4 tower is about to go down in a couple seconds, and there it goes. Now we're going to have to attack on the Ancients. Leshrac is going to take a lot of damage as he tries to come out here. Burrow Strike. Actually, it looks like they're going to be able to get Icy. No! Mechanism saves her. She gets Force Staffed away. She Force Staffed herself away. I didn't see her pick that one up. But the Ancients are low on life, and that is going to be the end of them. They're going to try to find themselves Sand King. And that is the end of the match. Win goes to WE. Really had a really strong end game lineup, which is what it went to, late game. And I'm Lovis Zed, and I hope you guys tune in next time.